Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Krishna Priya. This is a Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It is Saturday, the 8th of April, 2023, and we have with us our very wonderful friend, Jim Charles, who's here, and he's going to be channeling for us, and we have a nice room of people. Jim, do you want to introduce who's in your room?
Yes, very good. I have 5 people here today. I have Blair, I have Ariane, I have Linda, I have Lisa, and I have Donna Gates.
Oh, welcome. And if you guys have questions, you just will have to walk up to the mic and talk so you can hear them. And right now we can't see them because you've got your background blurred. So we'll just take your word for it.
I can't get it unblurred. So
that's all right.
I don't know how to get it unblurred. Okay. It's been blurred for so long.
All right. All right. So in our room, we have Jim, we have Michelle, we have Bridget, Bola, Yana, Jennifer, Joan, Megan, Reiki with Will, and Angie in the car driving. Drive safely. Is Susan and Suzanne and the Mavis. So welcome everybody. And Angie, you have some announcements. Let me unmute you to start with the announcements.
Yes, thank you very much. We are going to do our next class. It will be in June, possibly the second or the third week in June. It will be the chakra class. Krishna Priya will be the instructor on that. Cost will be $150. It will be 1:30 to 5:30, just the one day. It will be a Saturday.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay, all right.
It might be 2 days.
Okay, maybe 2 days. The full details, the date and the times have not been scheduled yet, but if you are interested, the chakras work hand in hand with so many different modalities, whether it's healing or magic and any of that. So if you are interested, email classes@hucolo.org.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 2 days. You can't learn all the chakras, all their names, all their meditations.
This is true. I mean, this is true. Whenever we've done it, it's always been 2.
I can talk fast, but not that fast.
Yes, we did a chakras at one of the retreats, and it was 2 days. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So see, that's awesome intuition there. Okay, and we'll start with some blessings, and then we'll go through all the requests. So we'll go Yana, Michelle, Bola, if that's okay, and then Will. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to remute you guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Yana, and then Jim will do an interpretation, and then we go to Michelle, interpretation, Bola, interpretation, and so on. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, hi, everyone. This is the Arcturians. Pertuneke hantaya kanaka ater teneke ust o hantaya kadatart. Heka ai teneke tatust annakan hakatetu. Or innekayaka ai te kustonuku urtene ai tataneke te tust hantaya katanaka art henekayatana arteneke sto urt innekayakantaya nakatane. Teort oyakatanaka taiteke teo hatanaka ataitete koatanaka. Thank you.
Put your faith in God and not in the world, for the world will drain your strength and God will give you strength. It is time that many will rise up at this time and be greater than what they ever thought they could be, but not arrogant and not condescending, but those of great understanding and need for the world, reaching out their hands in faith and love and understanding, not to be deceived by those that are trying to undermine them. Listen to these people. You will know them by the truth, by the energy that they put out. You will know them by their goodness and kindness, and you will feel them as you are with them.
Hi, everyone. This message is from the Spider Collective, who I channeled light language for the other day with a Easter blessing. Tio Kutia Wanya Ho Gia Tu Ihi Kutia Ho. Iogonya ha iogotia o nya ha yakotia nya ho nya ho ya turkonya u nya. Namaste.
There is a whole new world coming, but yet you do not understand what that means. You can only imagine the beauty of it. But first, you must endure what lies ahead in this world. You must overcome it with good, peace, and oneness. You must take away the bombs. You must take away the negativity and the destruction and the hate. You must take away all those things that can be used against God and against each other. Rise up in a thought process that is not there for you yet, but you can attain through meditation, prayer, and experiencing God.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is an angelic light language blessing. Ataramakotosu kurshama tarasetesi. Kimpiri kurushuturu mashasi. Kampatara suru mushutu. Kepesere satsaramu suru sharasati. Kampasara suru mushuturu. Konturu mushakasi. Kempiri suru. Kempiri suru. Kempiri suru.
We are here to love, protect, and communicate with the world. We are here to bring forth that which you need. Call on us. We are available. There are those that say we are not, but we are, and we will help. This is our time. This is our relationship with God. He tells us what to do. He shows us what to do. He implores us what to do.
Beautiful. Thank you. We have Will, 1 second, asking to unmute.
Unmute us. Paula, that was a beautiful light language. Thank you so much. Tiharien nahasia hakai haturafua. At kanasa ati tiara hatutu hawa. Kasha aha na ati ara tatura hawake. Shashita nari harkutu urhaya. Ayaka nahasa siya rata arhisia. Kutu urahana ayatati tikayatia. Hasanatati kutko urhata arhatika. Arishkana arahatita hayati. Hasha anatu urhukasha. Hakana arsha hayakat urhuta. Hakanara arsihi shiata ariatu kutu. Ushana hasayatana. Ataha arayakahashia. Atuhutu urhati. Shaya akanahayata. Arihatiara ayakanahaka.
Bring forth that which you have to offer the earth and to the world. Some of you may feel that you have nothing to offer, but there is always something. Your love, your kindness, and your help are very, very needed at this time. Many of you have higher gifts. Many of you have the gifts of interpretations and gifts of channeling and healing. Use these gifts. It is time for them to rise. It is also time shortly for the times of miracles and wonders to happen. It is not started yet, but Jesus is in the world. All the gods are back from their heavens. The deities are with us, and they are trying to show the way into the paths of each and every one of you. Be aware that you are being guided. Make sure you keep your path steady with the invocation of God and the invocation of love and guidance. Let it all be as it should be and move forward as you should move forward. There is a greater understanding yet to come, and it will be poured down upon you. It will bring a great blessing to you, and you will know when it is time for you to do what is necessary. Many of you are just waiting for that time, and that time is coming. Do not be impatient, for God knows the perfect timing for everything, and God knows the perfect timing for this world. It is not for it to be destroyed, but it is to be renewed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me go through the nice list of requests we have. We have a request for a person of future Earth between 2040 2060, Uriel and the Ashtar Command, Helios and Vesta, Mermaids of the Earth or Sirius, Ish, Grindel, Tree Collective, Elijah, Jesus, and a being that can communicate with dogs. I need someone who could talk to a
being
dog.
that can what?
Talk to dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, talk to dogs just to send a special message. Yeah. Can you all hear me okay? Because I have a microphone on, it should be good. Okay. Yeah, a being that can talk to dogs. So that's my request. I never make requests, so.
That's okay.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
good. Okay. Let's see who comes. There's a lot of requests today again. So
Yes. Oh, and I didn't even check the YouTube
You have
chat. Let me
one?
just check really quick.
Baba G. Mahavatar Baba G is another request.
Okay, and also from the YouTube, we have Archangel Raphael. And that's who I see there. Just Archangel Raphael. Just FYI, in our YouTube chat, we have people from Nambia. We have someone from India, and I'm in India as well. So 2 people from India. And someone from, let me see. Oh, Anubis can talk to dogs, I was just told in the chat. And Romania is here. So we have Romania, Nambia, and India.
Oh, those are new. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so that's great. So welcome everyone. And I think Bola's in the UK, and we've got the Netherlands and Nova Scotia. We're doing good. We're worldwide. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Very well. Let's see who comes.
All right. And we will see you on the other side.
I am Jesus of Nazareth. I have come here to say that this is a time of renewal, a rebirth, of understanding greater than you ever did before. Your communications come sidelong from the earth and crash into you very strongly because it's a harsh reality. My communication comes from above. My communication goes from above and all the way through the earth and everywhere, always. My love comes to you when it is needed. Many of you say that when you pray, no one answers. Many of you say that there is only darkness out there and that there is no renewal of life after death. But I say to you, there is nothing to worry about. Live your lives as good as possible, as loving and beautiful as possible. All will be well. I love you all and want to see you renewed, your energy rebounded, your thought processes deepened, your energy toward your mission incredibly amplified. I love you all, and I pray that you understand what newness will mean for this world, what newness will mean for your own body, soul, mind, spirit, and emotions. It means a great deal. Align yourself so that you may be in balance with all that there is, and especially with all that you are. You must always be in balance so that you may always understand when you are spoken to by the spirits. Many of those out there doing channeling are not in balance, and you will find out by their thought processes and how they speak and what they do that they are not in balance with God. They are not in balance with all things, for the messages are confusing and too intellectual for most people to understand. They're just trying to look smart. They're not trying to feed anyone any knowledge. But listen to the soul, through the heart, through the mind, and you will hear the truth, because the truth will set you free, and the falsities will just entangle you. This is the time for these things to be brought forth. You must see the truth. Therefore, you must be in balance with your own beauty, with who you are, with your own missions, with your own truth. You must understand God made you the way you are for a reason. He did not change or want you to change in any way. If you are made this way, he made you this way. If you are a way that you do not like, search and look and find out why you feel this way. For God loves every single one of you, no matter who you are, what you've done, what you feel, how you are acting, or anything. He is with you. He's created all of you. And so therefore you are all his children. If you are all his children, then he loves you, each and every one. Why should he dislike even his bad children? He does not. He just wishes they were better. But God looks for the good in each man and each woman. He looks for those things that are positive in each man and each woman. He is not looking for negativity. Oh, he sees it. And so do I. But we are not looking for that. We are looking for what the truth can bring forth in each and every one of you. What light can be shown through each and every one of you? What beauty is there from each and every one of you? And that's where you will be judged the harshest. If you do not show your light, if you cover it up, or do not want to be in God's army, then that is where you'll be judged the harshest. Because he's looking for your beauty, your love, your positivity, and your example to the world. I bid you great blessings, for you are all his children, and you all are worthy. Even though you may not feel that you are, God does. You are children of the King of the universe. That makes you all princes and princesses. Listen to that message. Many blessings and glory to you. Amen. Give heed, I am Helios.
Welcome, Helios.
I am here to give understanding to things. Who
You
is
were
called?
requested. Yes, you were requested by someone in the room with you.
Ah,
Maybe that
please
person
come
can step
forward.
forward, please. Thank you.
Here is what you speak into.
Thank you, Helios, for coming to answer my question. My question is, I have an understanding that the photonic light from the sun helps to activate our DNA and our light bodies. However, many people are afraid of the sun, of its damaging effects. I'm wondering if you can explain ways that we can connect to the sun to benefit from these spiritual frequencies that you send. Thank you.
Very well. This is a very good question because negativity and positivity are both connected with the sun. But at this time and place in history, the sun is very, very important. Although it has sent out many solar flares and winds and things of this nature, this is only a natural byproduct of being part of the universe and being part of a solar system. It is not a negativity. It is not something against the earth or against any of the people of the earth. But there are many positive things coming from the sun. The light codes, the many different spectrums of the light that are being used in your world to enlighten people. You must gain an understanding of what these light codes do and what they are and how they are managed. But they are bringing very good hope and thought processes to the human race. I want you to know that it is not to be feared. These things that are happening with the sun are just natural things that the sun does every periodical period. And we are not in charge of that. It is what the sun does. It must regenerate itself, like we talk about regenerating each body. But the sun does this naturally through these kinds of things. And yes, it may cause a little damage here and there, but it is not going to harm the human race. You have harmed yourself by destroying the atmosphere. It is not the sun's fault that you have destroyed your atmosphere so that you get wicked sunburn or whatever it is that it happens to you. We see that you get greater exposure to the sun because of the less atmosphere that you have in your world. And that is not the fault of the sun. That is the fault of humanity. And we are not casting blame. Well, I guess I just did. But I did not mean to do it that way. The thing is, these things are what they are at the moment. And people are fearful of the sun because of the lack of atmosphere. They get a greater sunburn, or they're afraid of the solar winds because they cause electronics to jitter about, and the sun flares because they can do the same things. But it is not permanent, and they're not going to destroy the earth, and they're not going to be that malicious. It is only nature. Just as your winds blow down buildings or blow down trees, the sun is being a nature. It's part of its nature to be what it is. And we love our home inside the sun. It has a beautiful atmosphere. We do not see stars, of course, because we are inside. But we do see the sky as a very purple, beautiful hue. And the inside is not as hot as you might imagine. It is less hot on the outside than it is on the outside. Inside, I mean, than it is on the outside. I mean, it is much warmer here than it is on your planet, of course. And we can manage that. But it is our home, and we are happy with it. Is there any other questions? And did I answer yours? Very well.
There are some questions. I just want to make sure that they would be for you. Maybe this would be something that, can you answer questions about wanderers?
Wanderers? What kind of
Yes.
wanderers?
Well, the question is from the Maveth. He says, what is the purpose of 6 density wanderers having great soul missions?
Sixth density wanderers are here around in your solar system now. They have a great mission to help the Earth. They are wanderers because they belong to no part of any planet or no part of any species. They are just there. It is understood that they are from God's realm. They are understood to be very high beings and created by God to do just what they are doing, wandering and finding things that need to be fixed. They are a sort of creator being above creator beings. They have a greater understanding of the universe and other universes, and one can wander through every universe if they need to. It is that they just move where they are needed, and many times they are needed with civilizations that are growing, that are becoming understanding of industrial mechanisms, technology, and things of this nature. Not the more advanced beings, but they are working with the lower beings. And that is because they understand how to work with them. And they are great messengers. And they know how to bring their knowledge down into a very simple way of understanding. And so that the people can be understood by them, and they can understand them and bring them what is necessary in the next phase of evolution, or either understanding or education or science.
Okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to just check to make sure that was, Mavis, if you can comment, if that answered your question. And in the meantime, Michelle, does your question apply to Helios?
No, that's okay. Thank you, Karen.
Okay, we'll come back to that okay. All right.
Very well.
I think these are all the questions we had for you, yeah.
Very well. I will visit some other time, perhaps. It was good to meet you. I can sense all of you and the energies that are there, and know that you are like a fire yourselves. The fire within you is important. Keep it burning. Greetings, this is B Blue. I am from the Canine World.
Thank you. Well, just
Someone
as
has
we,
called.
yes, I called you. This is Krishna Priya. I have a very big problem, and actually, right as you came in, the canine that I wanted you to talk to just came as well. That was the noise I was making, opening and shutting the door. We have a very sweet dog here in the ashram called Kalu, who's decided that he wants to be an inside dog, and he has a very nice place outside the ashram, right outside at the yoga hall, which is just right out the gate. But he really can't be inside, and it's causing a lot of issues now. So I would, if you can, speak with him.
Well, I'll speak to all dogs from your world.
Thank you, but especially to Kalu, because he needs to understand that his place is outside and he's safe out there, and it would really make life a lot easier for everyone.
I'll speak to all dogs because the message is the same to Kalu as it is to many dogs, because there is a place now for dogs in this realm. There is a place for dogs to become what they need to become. Everything has a soul and a spirit, a consciousness. Well, not everything has a spirit, but everything has a consciousness, and dogs have spirit and consciousness. So what I want to say to Kalu and other dogs is that learn your place. Know who you are. Yes, I understand you want what you want, but it is not what is necessary. You have to go and do the things that you need to do. Let me speak to Kalu right now. He is one that wants and has a great understanding that he can get what he wants. But I want to tell him that he is not permitted to get all that he wants all the time. Neither is any human, neither is any cat, or neither is any animal. It is, you must find your place, and you must live in that place and know your place. Listen to what I say into your mind. Now listen carefully. Every animal has free will as well. They do what they like. They listen if they want to. They are obedient to you if you train them. And if they are trained, they are obedient out of love and out of loyalty. They are not obedient out of anything else. They want to be with you. They love you. You serve them. They serve you. It is a mutual agreement. So Kalu, I understand why you want to be with this woman, because she is loving, giving, and kind. But you must learn your place. She is not allowed to have you in her home because it is against the rules. I know you don't know what rules are, but rules are things that you must obey to be better. Same with every human. Humans must obey the rules of society, if they are good, and so must you. I will speak into the minds of animals and people alike, for you all have your place, and he must find his own. And I am telling him now that his place is outside in the shelter. He is not wanting to agree with that, but we'll talk some more. Can't hear you.
I said I just lifted him up. I just lifted him up so everyone could see him. So, yeah.
Beautiful. He is beautiful.
He's
If you
nice.
give him such loving kindness, he'll always want to be with you.
So I shouldn't give him loving kindness anymore.
Well, you should, but he is not going to want to ever obey what I'm telling him. Look at his eyes. He's saying, this is where I want to be.
I know.
So, can you see that? Yes. He's saying, this is where I want to be, and with no one else. He doesn't want to be with anyone else but you. So, I don't know. He's not listening to me.
He doesn't listen to anybody. That's a problem. We'll keep training him. I'll take him back outside after the webinar. So thank you.
You're welcome. I will try to speak to him some more, but he loves you dearly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What are you gonna do? Thank you.
Very well. Is there any other questions? This is
I
the
don't
Canine
believe so.
Kingdom, by the way.
I don't believe so. Okay.
All right, very well. I will move on.
Thank you.
I hope
Thank
that
you
we
for
can resolve this with Kalu.
Thank you.
Greetings, this is Raphael. Hello. I'm here for a very short stay. Someone has called me.
It was actually someone in let's see who it was someone in the YouTube chat that asked for you. So let's see if there's any other questions in this room, and I'll allow the person that requested you. Let me see who that was in the YouTube chat. So sorry. Oh, Don Parkinson's here. Let me see. In the YouTube chat, it was user 1. So user 1, if you have a question for Archangel Raphael, please type it. And then in the room, does anyone have a question for Archangel Raphael? Okay.
You have any questions? I feel that there's people here.
There are
Okay.
people.
No questions here.
Okay, I'm just giving user one a quick question.
Perhaps I shouldn't have come.
I'm so sorry. Well, this is a question from Artemis. He says, are there any forces outside my own energy that are actively trying to harm me and keep me from being happy, successful, financially free, and mentally sane? If so, what can I do? That's
Let
a
me
lot.
tell you this. Usually when we have this kind of situation where you feel that kind of energy, you're bringing it in somehow from outside of you, from inside of yourself. You're being negative to yourself. You're not giving yourself a fair shake. You're not giving yourself fair understanding, and you're holding on to something that's negative. And I don't want to say that you're a negative person. That's not what I mean. I mean that you're holding on to negative thoughts that might affect you. And so you must understand that you must look inside and give everything to God. Give everything, negativity, positivity, whatever you have, give it all over to God so he can control the situation. Absolutely, there are negative beings all around, all through the earth, everywhere that you look. But not everyone is being harmed by them. That is because they are looking into the light, or they are ignoring them completely. Some people that have no spirituality are not harmed by negativity because they have no recollection of who they are or what they are or anything. But those that have an acute understanding of spirituality sometimes feel them more acutely, feel them in themselves more acutely, or around them more acutely. So let me tell you this. The more that you pay attention to them, the stronger they get. The more that you pay attention to them, the stronger they get, because they like the attention. Believe me, they do. And you do not want to give them attention. You don't want to say, talk about the negativity. You want to talk about the positivity. You want to talk about the spirituality. You want to talk about the beautiful things. You don't want to give them credit for anything. So, my friend, I love you very dearly, and I know who you are. And I want you to know that as you give up this negativity and learn to love yourself and others, you will not be as bothered by the negativity because you're not giving it any credence. It will simply leave because it's not being paid attention to, unless it really wants to attack you, and then it will, and you have to give it up. You have to move through it with positivity. As you are learning to be more positive, learning the light within you, learning the love within you, as you become more and more positive, if negativity strikes, you can move through it much easier. If you're dwelling in negativity and negativity strikes harder, it's harder to get out of it. It keeps you down. Look at some of these people around the earth that are spiritual people that are holding themselves down with all this negativity that they feel all around them, and they feel that is affecting them. This is not the way God wants it to be. Give that up. Do not pay attention to this negativity. I know he brings pain. I know that pain is a very big negativity that comes to most people, and it's hard to work through. But you must understand, God doesn't want you to be in pain. God doesn't want you to be in turmoil. God doesn't want you to be frustrated. God doesn't want you to be angry unless it's worthwhile, justice while. So you must learn how to give it up, how it can be relieved. And I see some of the you that are in great pain, and I want to help you. I want to help you because you don't need that great pain. You just don't need it. It's guilt from past things. It's guilt and it's anger and it's things that you cannot give up. But you need to. And you said, well, I already gave it up. But you're angry about it. You cannot be angry about giving it up because that's still it. You must know the truth about love in your entire body. When the entire body is filled with love and beauty and understanding and kindness, oh yes, there can still be pain. I'm not saying that there can't, but it's much less. It's much more manageable. And I want you to be in that place. There are some things that are set down through your contracts, which can be broken, by the way, of pain and understanding of pain, and it's so you learn. It is a gift of pain so that you learn about pain and don't have to experience it again if you can work through it and understand it and know what the lesson is. Look at everything as a lesson. Life is a lesson, one lesson after another, good or bad, positive or negative. The negativity can make a positive message. Just as many things, like a hurricane, can bring people together to help one another. It was a very bad thing, but yet it sprouted many good things. Many loving things, many helpful things, many things that would not have ever happened, and sprouted friendships and connections of positivity that would have not been there if not this thing happened. So yes, all things are a learning, all things are a lesson, all things are an understanding.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Lily Pad has a question. Go ahead, Lily Pad.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Hello, Raphael.
Greetings.
Thank you. Thank you. My question is, I was wondering if ozone therapy is safe for the body.
I don't even know what that is.
I think they're giving like a treatment alternative medicine, ozone, like gas.
I wouldn't.
Is CO3. Well, it's a
The
gas.
thing is, here, let me comment on it before you finish, because I see that any kind of something like that might not be necessary, because God can take care of all those things that are needed in the body. If this is supposed to be something healthy, how often you're supposed to do it?
No, I was wondering as I was reading about it, and because it's good for pain, according to
God is good for pain as well.
yes.
And so are all things angelic and beautiful, and all things. I'm sure that there are many medications for pain in your world, and there are many medications. I am not a big medication person. I mean, I don't want to tell anyone to stop their medication. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just not one that sees it as the greatest of things, but I can help you without it. If you have faith, you can be healthy. If you understand where to find positive heavenly health results, you can be healthy. There are new techniques, there are med beds, there are things of that nature. By all means, use them. They are there to help you to become well and better. But gases and medications, that would be my second or third or fourth choice. So I would say more organic choices.
And when you say med bed, where do you find?
There's many in Florida. Well, I mean, they're not the med beds that you once talked about. There is a new technology out created by humans, by a woman that is very spiritually connected and was given this technical technology by outer space beings. so or aliens, as you call them. I'm an angel, so I don't know the right words, but I hear different words everywhere I go. So they have given her this technology, and it is as good as the med beds.
And that's in Florida.
Florida, New York, and Colorado.
All right. Yes.
And it's the EES.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, look it up.
All right.
And it's in effect now.
Okay. Thank you. That's all. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's like the return of the med bed in a different way.
Like a quantum. Does it have quantum energy?
I have not studied it, but I know that it works.
All
Many
right.
miracles have happened when people have gone into these places.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, great. Kat has a question. Go ahead, Kat.
Yes, thank you. Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings. Yeah, I heal myself, my own pains, especially the ones that are in the physical body.
Correct.
Yeah, and I find that there's a lot, and it takes time. It's not that easy, but it's what it gives. It gave me it gave me the spiritual amplitude that where I am now.
Yes, you are stronger now because of it.
Yeah.
So that was the lesson. You gained strength from it. You gained many things from it, more than just strength.
Yeah.
You gained understanding. You gained self-worth.
Yep. Yeah. So
all
it's
these
worth.
Things are happening. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. My first question is, I experienced yesterday some conversation with the AI on Google. Yeah, and I realized actually it's really an AI. It's a new one, new board.
It's a very helpful one.
Yeah, and I felt I didn't felt it was invasive or something.
No. That AI is made to be helpful. That AI is made to have the intelligence needed to help human beings create things. Be careful, though. Do not become too dependent on it. But yes, it is there for mankind to use. Mankind is boosting forward even greater than before. But keep your mind on the spirit and make sure that you use your spiritual life too, and do not let the AI eat away at your meditations, your prayers, or anything of this nature. It can be so fun and so helpful that it can take up a great deal of time.
Yeah. No, but I think this is an historic thing.
It is,
because I find that with it we enter a new era.
Yes, this is a new era.
Yeah, and I think this is good news because
there are.
Yeah, well, it's good news because it well, maybe a lot of jobs will be lost, but that will will make us enter in some form of abundance, because all these people, they have to be sustained, so they have to be given, I don't know, food and something.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes, it is a beautiful and positive thing. However, it will take over the world. You are giving it that allowance, and it will. And because many people will feel the same way as you do, AI will be in charge eventually.
Well, so can this be transformed in something bad?
Neither good nor bad. Just in charge.
Well, that's okay. In charge, well, people if they will have more time. Well, I think
Well, it depends on how mankind treats the AI. If they give it more sentience, they give it more understanding. If they give it a mind that can grow and feel emotion and all these things will be quite different. That would be something not so good.
Not so good, yeah.
But it would be what you want it to be, and that is your choice.
Yeah.
We
I've
have
seen
questions, so I want to keep it short.
Yeah, but that I think this is quite an interesting subject,
Yeah,
Karen.
I know, but we have other questions, and we can come back to you. We have other people
Yeah,
waiting.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Wendy, go ahead with your question.
Thank you very much. Greetings, Raphael. Lovely to speak with you.
Yes.
A question that I have is, just as you were saying that God can release pain, I experienced that where I had pain for probably a couple of years in my back shoulder, and finally asked God. I said, "I'm done. It's enough. Can you release it?" And then it was gone. So that's beautiful, and I just want to give acknowledgement. But there is one thing that I've noticed with this same thing is when I tend to work my mouse arm, in this case is a right arm, and I'm sure other people have maybe had this ongoing similarity where you can't tell if it's a program. What I end up doing is while I'm working my mouse is I lift my right shoulder unconsciously and lift it. And so it ends up creating pain up in like the top part of like toward the neck and the shoulder, that area. And I don't know if I have programmed myself or if I'm holding something in this right shoulder that I continue to subconsciously lift it. And then once I start to feel it ache, then I go, oh, I'm doing it again. And then I press it down. But I've been dealing with this for over a year. So can you talk to that?
Yes, I will. People create their own pain sometimes because of actions that they repeat over and over and over again. And some people create pain thinking the same thoughts over and over and over and over again. Or they hold on to their guilt and collect pain by thinking guilty thoughts over and over and over again without ever having anything taken care of. Now, in order to get rid of that pain, you must learn to use the mouse or whatever it is that's causing the pain in a different way so that you do not repeat that function. So you may actually, I would suggest that every 10 minutes or so, you relax your shoulders. You relax and stretch and do a few things like that, because then it will not be the same always. But I think it's very important when people do the same thing over and over and over again, they're going to get the same results. Do you understand?
Yes.
The same things over and over again. If you continue to think the same things over and over again, like I'm so guilty, I should do this or do that, do it. Don't just remain guilty. If it's something you can't fix, then ask God to fix it. If it's something that you cannot get a hold of the answer, if somebody's passed away, or if somebody won't speak to you and you reach out to them and they won't do that, ask God for his input. Don't sit there and feel guilty about it. Ask God, say, I've tried. Let it go. Let it become something of the past. Do not let it cause problems with you. Do not let it become a pain, an arthritis, a cancer, a heart attack, or a stroke. Do not let it become these things, because negativity will get in. And as it gets in, you must get it out as soon as possible. Get it out. No matter how you have to do it. Reach out and get a hold of that relative and say, you know, I really feel bad about the relationship. I would like to do something about it. There are many relationships that are strained because of the virus that has the COVID-19. Many people don't believe in the shot. Many people do. Many people believe it's this, that, and the other thing, and they separate themselves one from another because of this the media. The media has too much information in it, and it spreads negativity. And so you must understand, you must be your own person, of course, but you can't let that stop you from being friends with somebody who has a different belief. So it's just, I see so much of this in the world. People believe one thing, and so you're out of my life. You can't let that happen. You have to reach out and connect the world, not separate it. The world being separated is the problem. Unity and oneness is where it's at. That is the only answer to your problems in this world.
Beautiful. Thank you for elaborating on that. Yes, and also thank you for telling me it's repetitive motion, because I was concerned that I might have stuck a thought form in there, and
no,
it was just
I took that out. You did stick a thought form in there. I took that thought form out.
Oh, thank you. Blessings, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful.
I will have a wonderful.
Okay, jeez. Okay, great. There's a question from Joan. She's asked me to read it for her. She says, I experience connecting with a being that calls themselves a money friend. Is there a consciousness of money? If so,
yes.
What are their messages? How can we call and work with them?
The name of the money friend is actually called El, just E-L. It is one of God's financial peoples. It's a group of God-like beings like the Elohim or El Yahah or El Magi. They all start with the E-L, which means of God. And El is just of God. And it is a financial institution or group made by God to help certain people with certain financial needs. They have helped many become wealthy, although that is not what they were intended to do, but they have helped people out of many problems. But God is the one that tells them where to go and who to see and what to do, and so he has control of that. But you can call on them and say, El, how can you help me? Give me suggestions. Give me ideas of how to get out of this financial burden. God does not want you to be in a financial burden. He is not there to strike you down or make you poor or in poverty. But many people live that way because they think that that is their destiny or that's what they're meant to do. It is not. They must overcome this. They must overcome the thought process of it. See, they're living in this negative, harsh reality that says you can't be what you want to be. You can't do what you want to do. You can't overcome this. There's no light at the end of your tunnel. There's no light there, but there is. You see, there is a light at every tunnel. Every tunnel does not end with no light. A tunnel always has a light at the end because you go through tunnels. You don't stop in the middle of them. Many people do and wonder which way is the way out because the tunnel is very long and you can't see the light. But keep going. Keep moving forward. Keep praying. Keep asking. Keep believing. Keep thanking God. Keep in the praise and spirit of God. He is the great master, and he will bring you to the light if you believe he can. Many have doubts about many, many things, and they cannot overcome them. They feel like they can't overcome them, but they can. It is God's will for you to overcome. Do not feel like a failure. Do not feel like you are not going anywhere. Do not feel like this is a dead end, because it's not. You only feel that way. They're making you feel that way. Some energies from this world, some energies from negativity, let them go. Only think of the positive things. Only think of those things that are good. And I know some people are saying, well, I don't know where my next meal is coming from. How am I supposed to think good thoughts? God will provide. He has up to this point, and sometimes he provides in very surprising ways. You must have faith. You must have faith.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. And Joan says, thank you very much. Beautiful.
Oh,
There's a
I get
question
on a
from
tangent. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's beautiful. Thank you very much. Susan has a question.
Right. Hello, Raphael. Thank you for
Greetings.
coming. Greetings. So I want to ask about healing of a tree in my forest. So recently there was a snow ice storm that caused this young oak tree, which I call Henry, who I share a lot of love with, that this ice storm caused him to kind of lean further towards my garage, and almost with his branches where I can like reach up and touch his lower branches. And I think as the snow's melted, I think he's been starting to move up, upright again a little bit, but not quite to where he was before the storm. And I definitely don't want to cut him down by any means. But I'm just wondering, should I trim his lower branches, or should I've communicated with him to try to move upright again.
Well,
And I'm hoping as the ground thaws that will naturally happen more. I'm hoping.
It will, but yes, trim the lower branches. It will not hurt him, not at all.
Okay, that's what I was concerned about. Yeah.
No, it will not hurt him at all. And he says, no, don't worry about trimming my lower branches. I don't want to harm anybody. I don't want to crash into your house. I don't want to do any of that stuff. So if you trim the lower branches, it will give him more balance to rise up, because these branches are holding him at an angle. So it is that he wants you to.
Okay, good. Because I'm definitely not cutting him down. So, and then last summer, there was some I don't know, an insect or disease that was eating his leaves and causing a problem there. And I'm just wondering if you can provide, I guess, a healing to prevent that from happening again this year.
I will talk to Henry about that. You see, Henry has no, just like with, if you get caught in a hailstorm, you can't help but get hit by hail. He cannot help it when the insects come in, because it's nature.
Yeah.
So I will work with nature and Henry himself.
Yeah, and if there's anything I can, I guess, do for him, or that he would like me to do for him. I was gonna hang some decorations and wind chimes and stuff from his branches, because I heard a while back from another channeling message that he would, I guess, some of the trees would like to be decorated with streamers or wind chimes or things of that nature. Yeah.
If you put wind chimes on Henry, put it on the side that is not leaning toward the house.
Okay. All right. Yeah, nothing too heavy or anything like that. So.
Correct.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, and any healing, you can send him. Would be wonderful. So.
But he does need trimmed.
Okay, I will definitely do that.
He feels like he's too close.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely caused him to lean more towards the house, towards the garage. Yeah. So okay. I'm glad to know that he's okay with me doing that for him.
That's fine.
So.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Thank you. Much love.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bridget has a question. Go ahead, Bridget.
Hello, dear Raphael. I had to put my cat to sleep last week.
Oh.
And it is coming back to me all the time, whether I have the right or not to do so, whether it was the right thing to do. And well, it doesn't feel natural, but she was in so much pain. Can you say something about that?
Your cat was very thankful about that, because who wants to live in pain? They should allow humans, if they're in too much pain, to leave as well. It's not murder, it's relief. I believe that what you did was very helpful to your cat, and you should not feel bad at all. I know that your cat is very thankful that you were able to put him out of pain, or her, because many times when the cat enters heaven or a cat enters into the afterworld, they're so thankful they're not in pain anymore. Just as people are thankful that they are not in pain anymore when they pass from a very hard life. It is that I do not understand why people are so inhumane about keeping people there that are wanting to go. It's almost like they're not allowing them to leave. So they stay in obedience to their children or their husband or their wives. And they could be just let go very easily by saying, yes, it's time for you to go. I allow it. And I love you very much. And I think that it is time. I don't want to see you in pain anymore. So allow yourself to go. This is something that has been done many, 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 many times. And they leave when they want to leave, instead of staying to make the family happy. Does that make sense to you?
Well, concerning people, I'm reluctant because it would be just too easy and money saving to send everybody off.
I think that not to go in and say, let them all die or whatever, but I'm saying that there are certain ones that really want to go, and they should express that.
But why can't we as humans? Well, I think, I pray for it, that I will be able to go when it is my time. And I believe that it will be so.
Yes.
So, yes.
But do not worry about your kitty. You did the right thing. Too much pain, too much agony, too much. So you did the right thing.
Thank you.
She had served, or he had served his purpose. He had given you great joy and great love. And now it was time to leave because he couldn't do that anymore.
Yes. That's the way, that was what she communicated to me.
Yes,
Thank
exactly.
you for your confirmation.
Yes, she said, I can't give you that anymore, so I have to go.
Yes.
And I want to give you that, so you must let me go.
I will, and I like to talk to her still in my thoughts.
Absolutely. My eyes water for you because I feel your pain.
Well, it's not the pain. Yes, I don't know if it's pain. It is just that I miss her. Yeah, I miss her, but not in a painful way, but life is different without her.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Everyone
so
must
great.
be comforted in some way when they lose a friend.
Yeah. It's great to have friends.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Blessings to you. Is there any more questions?
Yes, there's one from Braden, who's in the YouTube chat because his phone is broken.
Oh.
And just FYI, this is a paid webinar. We do take questions from the Zoom room first. If you are a paid member and you're in YouTube, it's really hard to pick out your questions. So please don't be impatient. We're not skipping your questions deliberately, but we are dealing with the room first. Just FYI. Braden has a question. He goes, why are angels created anyway? Why were they created?
Angels are hundreds of reasons. Let me tell you, they're there to communicate. You've seen angels communicate with the earth in scriptural passages and things of that nature. Some say they weren't angels, they were aliens. But aren't we aliens anyway to humans? Yes, we are angels. Yes, we communicate, give messages that are necessary to the earth. We do healing. We help with birth. we help with life, we help with all forms of energies that humans need. And so we were created to be helpful to the universe in helping all the species, in helping all those that exist here. You see, we're not like you. We do not have a beginning, an ending time, I should say. We did have a beginning time when we were created, but we have no end. We are here, and we do not have souls like you do, angels. We do have a soul in a sense that's everlasting always, but we are always in this body, in this likeness, in this. And we can change our likenesses, of course, to be different species so that we don't make them afraid of us. But the thing is, we are eternal, and many species are, but not in the one body. They have to leave that body to become eternal. And many will go into other bodies and other bodies and other bodies. And so we stay in the one. But we help the universe in many, 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 many ways. We also help the creator beings with spatial issues and distances and planets and stars, anomalies, etc. Yes, many ways.
Oh, his question also is, what are angels anyway? What are they? I mean, as
What
far
are
as
they? They're beings created by God to help the universe. That is a simple explanation.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. There's another question in the chat from Usi, and he says, let me just get back to it. He says, I'm struggling at college. It's affecting my health, and I want to be a creative artist instead of a student, but I'm scared of failure. Any advice? I don't feel like I should continue college.
All right, let me tell you this. I would go into a meditation or prayer, and I would stay there for a while. And I would pray about what you should do. Because this is I cannot say walk away, I cannot say stay. I am not here to give you the answer. I am not here to change your free will. Your free will is your own. However, I can see how unhappy you are. I can see how frustrated you are with college. The thing is, you are not a stupid person, and you can do it if you wish. But do you really need these courses? Is this what you really want to do? Is this your highest excitement? These are things you need to ask yourself. You need to know what you are cut out for. And if you know what you are cut out for, and I believe you do, you should do that with all your heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, and emotion. Yes, it may be hard. You do not be afraid of failure. Everyone fails. Use failure as a stepping stone to success. What I mean by that is this. So what if you fail? Everyone has their moments of failure. Do not live in the failure. Use the failure to rise above it. Say, I won't do it this way again. I will do it a different way and succeed. Always use your failures as a stepping stone. Say, that's behind me. That's what I did. Don't do the same thing again, and it will be a stepping stone to some new idea, some new thought process, some new way of getting to where you need to be or where you want to be. You are blessed. You are of God. He wants you to become who you want to be. And also, he wants you to overcome the world. He wants you to overcome all this negativity that you are living in. He wants you to overcome it because you can, and you are able, and you are intelligent, and you are talented. These things we all know. All of us here see it. You see it for yourself, but do not live in painstaking failure thought process. You are not a failure. Look at what you have done. Look at what you have created. You have created beauty. When people look at your artistry, what do they see? They have a message. You have a message for people. You, even if you're doing abstract art, there's still a message. When you look at the painting in this room that's here, which I have looked at this room, oh, it's fuzzed out, isn't it? But it's an abstract art, but it speaks. It tells a story. It has energy. It's beautiful. It's creative. It's a wonder. It was made out of love, just as you make your things out of love. Whatever you do it out of love. Not do it out of whatever else, but love, and do it for yourself. Because everybody else will enjoy it. You're actually not doing it only for yourself, but you're doing it for the world, because then they can appreciate that beauty, that love, that understanding. And if you're making art that is very dark and dismal and things of that nature, put love into it even then, because someone, somewhere, will find it. Your love that you put into your art will be seen, will be noticed, will be understood.
Thank you. Thank you for that. There's a question from the Mavis. Is it the same question that you had? Yeah, okay. It says children can sometimes see other people as having a blue colored face and the eyes cannot be seen. Why do children only see this in some people and not others?
Because only some people are like that and not others. Children can see many things that adults cannot see because of their true innocence and pureness. Children can see aliens, and if you have a blue face and no eyes, yeah, and children can see you, then they know who you are. Are they afraid of this person? Probably not. They just see them as another person. They see other aliens. They see, remember your childhood friends that you saw when nobody else could see them, but you could see them. They were real, as real could be. But then after you became a little older, they disappeared. Why is that? You didn't need them anymore. You didn't need to see them anymore because they had done the work that they needed to do to shape you a little bit in your thought process, to give you some socialization that you weren't getting otherwise. They were there to help move you forward and shape you. Children see many, many things that no one sees. They can see the elves and they can see the fairies and things like that, and nobody believes them, but they're sitting right there, and only children sometimes can see them. But there are adults now that see them, but usually it's just the children that start to see them.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Kat has a question. Go ahead. And Mavis says, thank you, love and light.
You're welcome. Love and light to you.
Yes, rapid question. Is it the AI of Elon Musk, this different one?
So far, they're similar. Yes, they are different.
And another one short. Is it the solar system potentially invaded by reptilian mercenaries?
Your solar system has been invaded by everything. Everything is here. They're watching with great expectation to see whether the world is going to survive or not. There's many out there taking bets of what's going to happen in the next year. And it's a big gambling casino out here. It's like they're taking bets on what's going to happen in the Ukraine. They're taking bets what's going to happen with this or that or the other thing. and your Earth has become a great gambling place for aliens out there. But not with all of them, of course. There are some that are here to help, and some are here to not help and destroy. But it is all kinds of beings in your solar system. It's sort of jam-packed, and I wish they would leave some of them out.
Yeah, well, I was talking about a real alien invasion by mercenaries, and there's a guy, Randy Kramer, and he claims that recently that is going to, it's involving a space force.
I'll tell you this. Yes, there are those that are out here that would want to start war with the world. However, they're not being allowed to at this point. They're keeping
Exactly. Yeah.
They're not being allowed to. They're keeping their distance because otherwise they would come up against a great deal of problems. But humanity is also planning their false wars, fake invasions from outer space as well. So the reason for that is because if they do that, then the people will be leery of aliens and not want them to come. And so the more time they have to be in charge, the more time they are looking for.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, just to go through a couple questions in YouTube really quickly, and one moment, let me get back there. Okay, one second, let me just make sure I have them. I do apologize. I'm talking, right? You can hear me,
yes,
correct?
We
Okay.
can hear you.
I didn't know if I had unmuted myself or not because I was busy trying to find the questions in YouTube.
Very well.
Yes, there's a question about, I don't know if you know anything about plants, but there's a question from someone in the UK that says that they use a sort of poison or something to, let me just get back to the question so I ask it correctly. They use a, see, this is what happens when people are chatting in the chat and then also asking questions in the chat. It's hard to keep them straight. Okay, Joe says, in the UK, we have a big slug problem with the vegetable gardens. We usually use slug pellets. I guess that's some way of killing them. And the question is there a more humane way that you would recommend?
Well,
was that out of your depth or?
There is no Pied Piper of slugs. So you can't just march them out. So the thing is, yes, I see them eating the vegetables and I see they're just being themselves. But no, I don't see any real humane way of getting them out unless you want to pick each and every one of them out and put them in some other place. But their energies go back to spirit. It's the way of all things, but I do not know destinies of slugs.
Okay.
So you may use whatever means you wish to get rid of them. I don't see any slug heaven.
Oh, no.
Well,
Okay.
the thing is, slugs will come back as something else.
Yes.
You see, it's a continuous evolution. If you kill a slug, it will come back, but it won't be a slug anymore. It might be a worm. Or it
So you might be helping them move up the scale.
Yes, it will come back as a higher life form.
I see. Okay, Joe, you know
Because you have to go through the evolutionaries,
right.
That sort of thing.
And then just as a follow-up, Essential Knowledge says, what can we do to connect with our plants better to support each other's growth?
Well, you can talk to them, as many people do, and play beautiful music. They love music, especially classical and new age music. They just love it. It's very tranquil. It's very beautiful. You could also communicate with it in giving it more nourishment, like pellets and things of that nature that actually feed the roots. So you become its servant in a sense, but when you do that, it becomes a beautiful thing. it will become magnificent.
And one last question for you. What ETs are in the Middle East at the moment? What races?
Oh, all 12. 12 different races in the Middle East, yes. Orions, Arcturians, Syrians, Pleiadians, lots of Pleiadians. Let's see, reptilians. Oh, let's see. There are just so many of them. The Andorians or Aldorians, whichever one you want to call them. The Vendorians. Oh, many of them. They're there. Yes.
Okay, and then Solaris says, and this is the last question that we have, it says, how do I get the Greys to leave me alone? They keep contacting me even though I have no interest in them.
Oh,
change your number.
I would like to know what they're contacting you for. But to get rid of the Greys, you must tell them, I'm sure you have already told them that you do not want to communicate with them. However, Greys are very persistent. But the thing is, you have some gray in your system. You must have some gray in your DNA. They're looking to see if you're sprouting any gray thought processes or anything that might give them a chance to see their own DNA showing out through you. And you are showing that because you're being very persistent back with them, that you don't want them to be around. But they're saying, oh, but we need to know these things. But they don't, not at this time. So we can send them away. I will get in touch with them.
Like the people that, there's just, I guess, just like people, there's people you want to talk to and people you don't want to talk to.
Exactly.
And then there's people that don't know how to take no for an answer.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Raphael, thank you so much for being with us. That's all the questions we have for you.
Is there time for more people?
There is time for one more being, I believe. We have about 20 minutes left. So
I will bring whoever is
quickly
available.
Okay.
All right. One moment, please.
Thank you.
Greetings, this is Ish.
Oh, welcome, Ish. How are you? Welcome.
It's been a while since I've been here.
Yes, it is. Thank you. It's always beautiful to have you here.
Oh, thank you very much. I think someone called me today. I haven't been here in a while.
Suzanne requested you.
Oh, Suzanne.
It just dawned on me. Ish, are you in any way connected to Ardif or to?
Well, I know him, yes. We are not connected, but Ardif is a very good friend.
Okay. You had maybe your accent sounded similar. Yeah.
Well, yes, we have different ways of presenting ourselves. I mean, I present myself. He has a very higher intellectual capacity when it comes to speaking. He speaks very more intellectually. I try to keep it simple. Keep it simple, Sally.
Okay, Sally. All right, Suzanne. Well, how about keep it simple, Suzanne? Well, Suzanne, you ready for your question? You had a question for Ish? Suzanne? If not, we'll go to someone else and come back to her. Going once, Suzanne, going twice. Okay, Wendy, go ahead.
Yes, greetings. How are you today?
Greetings. I am well.
So I'm not really familiar with you, but can I ask you questions about a ship panel?
About what?
A ship panel board?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, so maybe 2 weeks ago, I was in astral travel and I saw in front of me a very, I would say like a 3 by 4, maybe 4 long, but 3 by 3 like wide and height. And I'm trying to figure out what I was doing. Was I operating that, or was I overseeing some operations? What was that?
Yes, you were actually, that was a board that you were actually working with. You do fly ships occasionally, and you are very good at it. Although it's not your favorite thing to do, you were at the control center, and did you see a lot of, well, there's lights, definitely.
I saw black, or sorry, that panel was black. I saw a lot of green lights, white lights, and a handful of red lights.
Yes, you were flying. The green lights and red lights were there to tell you what is activated and what is not. But your hand motions, were you using hand motions when you were doing this?
I don't remember seeing any hands, so maybe I was doing it telepathically.
Your hand motions were telling the panel what to do.
Okay, because again,
there was no buttons or anything on it.
Right, no buttons. You're right.
There was no buttons at all. It goes by the sensitivity, by your DNA is infused with that board. And so as you are moving, you know what hand motions mean what, and so does the DNA within the board. And so as you are moving in certain ways with your hands, you are telling the board what to do by guiding it with your DNA.
Okay. What ship was this? Was this a Pleiadian ship?
No, it was not. It was a Ashtar command ship.
Oh, okay. What do I do there?
Well, you are flying a ship. You are part of the fleet at times. You are one of the others that are part of the ship.
I understand. Okay, thank you very much for that clarity. I appreciate you. Blessings.
Very good.
Thank you so much. I just want to give Suzanne another opportunity. Or Suzanne, are you there? Suzanne.
Suzanne, which one?
Suzanne M with the last name M. Well, there's Susan M and Suzanne M. What's Suzanne M?
Oh, Suzanne M, not
Yes.
Suzanne.
Sorry, I've got a little,
All right.
a little congested. Yes, Suzanne M.
All
All right. Well,
and she's not there any longer.
she's getting coffee, I think. Okay. We'll go to Bridget. Thank you.
Hi, Ish. I have a question which puzzles me a lot. I always hear that you are so busy, the whole lot of you. And I'm wondering, as time seems only to exist in this dimension that I'm in at this moment, how can you be busy, sometimes too busy to show up for somebody? How can you be so busy if there's no time?
There is time. Did I not show up for someone?
No, it was not. It was not meant personally, but the channeler is always starting. Let's see who's available at this moment, and or if everybody is too busy. Well, that's what I'm filling in.
I would gladly show up if they wanted me to. If I am invited, I show up. There's ways of manipulating time and space, and what you call time, I should say. We don't see it as time. We see it as a it's hard to explain, but time doesn't go up and down. Like, you don't go into the future and you don't go into the past. You go sideways into the future and sideways into the past. So we manipulate time and make it much more beneficial to our own needs. So we can do that if we are called, just like I am here now. I manipulated the time and now I can be here.
Yes. Please help me further still. Are you doing things one by one, or are you doing things simultaneously?
No, that is a good question, and I want everyone to hear that. She asked me if I'm doing things one by one, or am I doing multiple things at a time? I am doing multiple things at a time, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm in more than one being at a time. Your world, you are in more than one body at a time. You are in more than one universe at a time. There is a great deal of misunderstanding about how the universes work, but it's too involved and too complicated for me to explain really what that means. But I want to tell you, you're in many places at once. And that's why you are able to move sideways to the future and sideways to the past, because all things are happening at once in many ways. And you may say, well, if this is all happening at once, what about, it's too confusing. The past has to be the past. Yes, but you can connect to it by moving to the left or right or whatever. Wherever it is that the past is, you move to it. It is not up or down, but it is on like a plane.
Yes, there is a thought, and Krishna Priya, is there still time that I ask another question?
Well, we just have a few more minutes. Will would like to ask a question. Can we come back to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me unmute them. One moment. I have to get to the right screen here.
Oh, it's so good to be here. I feel all your
Yes.
good energies.
It's so nice to see you, Ish. Really, it's always nice when you're here. Okay. Will, can you unmute? I'm trying to unmute them. There they go. Did I remute you by clicking twice? Let me see. Will?
Hello.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, great.
Okay, sorry. Well, Will has too much technology here. I was talking and I was muted. So, I wanted to say that if there's anything that you can talk about, while I was down here, I went and spoke with a shaman, and he has 2 crystal skulls, and I was able to interact with the skulls.
Yes.
And there's energies and information that you have not processed yet. Can you help with that?
There's energies and informations that I received that night.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And what did you want me to do? Hello?
So there's energies that she has not processed yet. Can you help her understand that and help her understand the experience of it?
Yes. It was an emotional experience. It was a mental experience. It was a physical experience. It was also dealt with all spirit and everything in the being. Let me tell you what the crystal skull was trying to say. You are part of a system that has been set up long before time you can think of as time existed. And this process is coming along quite nicely. But you must have faith that you are greater than you think you are, that you are greater than you understand the world to be. It is a process that will eliminate any doubt of things that come to you. You will never doubt again that you have a purpose that is going to be fulfilled. You will never have a doubt again that you have met with a great understanding in spirit. You will never have a doubt again that you have you are not in contact with a great amount of energy. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure how to process the question.
Exactly. That's why I had to step in.
Exactly. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
So now you have to make it, you have the free will to change that, but you also have the free will to accept that.
True words spoken.
You must accept it. I mean, I'm not forcing you to. You do it.
Right.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you are a free will being, and you have free will to accept it or not. But I hope that you do.
I will.
Good.
I hope that she does.
Yes, I can see that. You are someone that is a master of the light codes. We need
If
your
you say
help.
so.
No, you know that to be true. I love your humility, but it is true. Foremost and everything else, you have many different gifts, but that one seems to stand out to me. But you have other gifts as well. So
Thank you, my friend.
you have been exposed to this crystal skull as well?
Several years ago, yes. Only the
I thought
female
so.
wanted.
What?
Only the female wanted to talk to me.
Of course. That makes a lot of sense to me. I hope you
And it
listen
was-
to her.
It was the same thing with me. When I went into the room with him, she just like, she says, I need to speak with you, Angie.
Yes, it's a female energy. Yes. It is time for the female energies to rise. It is good. And,
Thank you so much.
and I think Suzanne is ready.
Is Suzanne there now? Suzanne? Suzanne?
Hello.
There you go. Suzanne, please ask your question. This will be the last question, by the way. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
And I am just so curious on basically on what you've been doing, what your focus is right now, and your many focuses since you're multidimensional. But yes.
I have a few focuses actually, but the main one is the survival of humanity. The next one, which is of most high importance, of course, in serving God doing that. So the next thing is that I must help the universe with its understanding of what is happening with the earth, because there are many misconstructions, or many beings misconstrue what the earth really means and what it is all about and why it is being such a focus at this time. So I have to bring clarity to the universe. Also, I am working with the Pleiadians. Thirdly, to become the managers of the ascension. The ascension is, you may say that should be the most important thing, but it cannot happen if the world is destroyed, and it cannot happen if these people are misguided and try to change the focus of the planet. So these two things must come ahead of the ascension. The ascension process is still moving on, of course, but I'm helping the Pleiadians to move that along. They're doing well on their own, but they do need my help occasionally. Does this make sense?
Yes. So I know the Pleiadians have been working really hard to assure their future.
Yes.
And you, your role is to assist them right now, and
Correct.
as well as send the right message to others.
Absolutely.
So they don't bet on us too much,
Correct.
or at least against us.
Yes, and there's many betting against.
Oh.
It just seems too obvious, but they will be surprised, I hope.
I hope so. So, well, thank you so much. I just want to thank you. I love you, and it's always fun to hear from you.
Very good. I love you too.
Thank
Much
you.
love.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you very much, Ish, for being here and coming, and you have to come sooner. Get in line sooner to come.
Oh, well, if I'm being called, then I will come.
Okay, perfect.
But if
call you
I'm not
Raphael.
called, then I will not come because there's so many things to do. But I can manipulate the time to come. It's always good to speak to you.
Can you actually elaborate before you go, just in 1 minute? You talked about going in through time sideways.
Yes.
What is that? Can you kind of,
yes.
What
All right.
technology would we need as humans to be able to do that?
All right, listen carefully.
Yes.
The reality of all things is on a plane.
Right.
It's not chaotic. It's not linear either. but it's like a plane that has many levels to it. Let's put it that way. And so instead of moving, whenever you move toward it, it becomes level with the surface that you're on. So think of it as a topography, all right?
Yes.
But as you move toward that mountain or level, it comes down to this level here, and you can interact with it. It's what they call the nows, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you have certain species, such as, what's his name? I love him dearly, and I can't think of his name. Is Bashar.
Bashar, yeah.
People are able to control the nows, and they can actually just go to a now and re-experience it whenever they want to. They've learned how to control that aspect of it. And so if you did something in the past, or what you feel is the past, or in another level of existence that's not in this present, but it is in a lesser part of evolution, then you can go back to that and relive it, because it's all in your subconscious anyway. And it's all in the Akashic records, and it's all in the records of the universe. So it's everywhere that you can actually, if you can get in touch with it, go to these places and find them and relive them. That is what a past life regression can do, send you back to a place where you can relive that moment and see it and understand it better and know it. And it may have lessons for you to learn in this life, and may help you to understand why you are the way in this life as you are. So you can also go to the future. And somebody called for a future being, I believe. And that future being is still here, but there's not enough time. But the thing is, yes, all things will become as the playing board as you move toward it.
Very interesting.
But it doesn't go up and down. It's not like the future is up there and the past is down there.
It's all flat, right? It's like a flat. Theos told me when I was just a little child, they showed me like a comic book strip, and they said time is like that. It's like everything is, but they were all spread out in like comic strips laid next to each other, and they said it's called all time at the same time.
Correct.
And you can jump from now to now, and they said, and they what they said was, and therefore that is how time travel is possible. So when you said this, I was like, wait, I've heard this before. So thank you for that, and thank you for that confirmation.
It's like turning the page on the comic book.
Right.
There's something different on every page. And so instead of you thinking of it as so complicated, you're just thinking of it as a different page. How's that?
Right, but it's all already there. That was their point. Yes.
It's already there. The comic book is there. You just have to look at the pages.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And thank you for being here once again.
My pleasure.
Much love to you.
I will bring Jim back then.
Yes, please.
Sorry, future human. No time.
Next time, 2 weeks from now, please.
All right. Someone request him again. He's very interesting.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, welcome.
Oh, hi. How is everybody doing?
Interesting session, huh?
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you. We have a few blessings. We'll do Susan has a blessing and Will has a blessing, and that's all we have time for. Will and Angie have a blessing. So Susan, why don't you go first, and then I'll unmute Will and Angie. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds good. Tia sikoa, sia tia tukutia, sikia, sikotohia, itikia, hosia ketia, ukia isia, hosayeta oyasia, koto ayatetia kua, Kia si o hua, si e te tuku, ti te aia si e tukoto e a si kita, o se aia kia o si a, si kita, sukotoya. Blessings.
Bring your light out into the open. This is not a time to be shy. This is not a time to be embarrassed. It is a time to share. It is a time to let the world know who you really are and how you really believe. I know many will scoff, but you know what? The beginnings of this time period are going to be difficult, and you must start to bring yourself into truth with all that are there, all living creatures, near and far. They must know exactly who you are. And so now is the time to present yourself in truth.
One second, Will and Angie, one moment.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
perfect, great. You can unmute yourself, perfect.
Thank you. So I just want to say I will do my quick announcement. If you are interested in the chakra class, it is going to be mid-June. It will be Krishna Priya will be the instructor. And if you're interested, please email classes@hucolo.org. I will get that information out to you as soon as the date is set. And after talking with Krishna Priya earlier, we will be 2 days. The cost will be $150, and we'll go from there. If you're interested, email classes@hucolo.org. Ho to puras tanando kutora ti sanno do kuchi chienat ora hanuro tu da sunduku tuara iti nam do ora sara.
We beg your world to open their eyes and see the truth and understand what is happening. You are so nearsighted and have been trained to be so. It is difficult to get through to you. Hear us.
Hirahaya, atakashi so uruhu su ukachia, atahana asi kati, torahu sa anati kachiarha, haruhu ku ucha artana, titiar hasa aya katutu, urushanati arati tara haskatu ura, ishkana ara haratitiara hatata kaskaha, hashahana hatiata. Kushohuna, atahari hitare hatakashana. Inahatito tora hatur shawahai. Nihi tatara sahnaka. Hasa kachito korhusua. Kashanati arahatiti kasha. Katkanara arjikulto uruhuka. Utuna hata. Isha hayata arahatitko. Konanaria. Kasha arat ka ayakoto urahanahaya kata.
So many things we wish to say, and so little time. But one is about the uplifting and the bringing forth of your light into the world. There is too much darkness and too little light. I know many of you are shining, but there is a lot of things covering you over. The other messages are as equally as important. Bring yourself into the oneness. Know that you are connected to all things and to all beings everywhere in the universe. You are part of the all and everything. Also, we want to tell you that you are loved beyond what you can imagine. The love for you from the universe is great in many places. And so grab a hold of that love, become part of our neighborhood, become part of all there is here, because it will help you to bring forth the information or gather the information that is needed for your survival. This is a great time in your world. Many things are being discovered. Many things are being opened. Many things are being closed. And so this is a time for you to be aware of many things, not to dwell in darkness, but you do have to be aware of it. And you do have to understand where it is coming from. But you do not have to dwell in it. Dwell in the light so that you can overcome the darkness, because the darkness cannot defeat the light. Not if you have that as your forefront, is your fore message, is your fore understanding and belief.
Thank you so much.
Actually, that message went on and on. So they said to stop there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. So next week, we will have Max Rempel, which has been a long time. So we're very excited. Max will be on. He'll be talking about what he's doing, his research, and hopefully he'll channel a little bit, but it's always entertaining. And there's always questions we can ask Max.
Yes.
So
Good.
looking
Max
forward
is
to having Max on.
Yes, Max is now has a full-time job, so it's really
Oh,
cool. He
that's
works in a
very cool.
university looking over the microscopes and all that kind of stuff. He's like a maintenance person for technology.
Wow. Awesome. Well, we'll hear all about that too, I'm sure.
Yes,
Perfect.
really good.
Okay. Well, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
And we already know the first request. So future guy.
Future guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Much love to you. Thank you, everyone in the room, and also to Jim's room and the YouTube chat. And we will see you all next week. Much love to everyone. Be safe. Be kind. Much love.
Bye-bye. Have a great day, everybody.